Hi there, thank you for joining me today. I'm Sandra at SandraR, and recently I've been involved in the Pootler's Design Team Challenge. 4 of us were chosen when we went to Telford for our Stamping on Stage live event on the 16th of April. I then did some team training on the Sunday, the 17th, and 4 of us were chosen to do a design team challenge, and I was one of the 4 chosen. And I have made this card for one of the weeks, because we have to do this design challenge for 4 weeks on a Thursday during the month of May. So this is one of my projects that I've done. I think it's absolutely beautiful. As you know, you should know by now, I absolutely love flowers. I think they're gorgeous. I don't like any particular flower, I just like them all. So I have used the beautiful, awesomely artistic stamp set, which is this one here. I've used this a lot. I just love it. I think it's gorgeous. So I have made this card, and I thought, well, wouldn't it be lovely if I matched it up with a box? So I've made this box, and I'd like to show you how I made this box today to go with my card. So I give my card and my box matches it. So let's move those out of the way and we'll get on and make those now. So I've got my scoring board. Before I just like to mention first, this is one of the new colours that Stampin' Up are bringing out at the beginning of June. This one is called Dapper Denim. I think it's a very beautiful colour, and I think that lots of people will like this colour because it will remind them of jeans, and I just think it's a pretty colour. It goes with lots of other colours, and as you can see, this is Marina Mist, and you can see that you could easily team the two together, layer that up on a project. That would look gorgeous. So this is my scoring board. I hope you can see that. And my Marina Mist cardstock measures 11.5 by 7 inches, which is 29.3 by 17.8, and we're going to start off by scoring it on the long side at 3.5 inches, 3.5 inches, 5.5 inches, 9 inches and 11 inches, and then we're going to turn our card and we are going to score it at 2 inches. So I don't think I gave you the centimetre measurements. So 2 inches is obviously 5 centimetres, and the centimetres on the long side is 9, 14, 23 and 28. So that's all our scoring done. We don't need the scoreboard anymore for that, so I'll just move that out of the way. So we're going to start off in the usual way by burnishing all our score lines. I think this is I don't very often use this Marina Mist colour, but it's very pretty. I think I'll have to start using it a bit more. So it's the usual box where we cut this corner off here. We don't need that. So we'll cut that off. And then you just cut up each of these score lines to the 2-inch mark. Like that. And then I'm going to use my fast fuse. Oh, I just forgot that we have to part score. Forgot about that. So on the long side, the 11.5 inch side, you need to part score it at 4.5 inches down to, I would say, about 2 inches on the board, and part score it at 10 inches down 2 inches the same, and that is in centimetres 11.5 by 25.5. So sorry about that, should have done that earlier. So now I'm going to find my fast fuse. Got it. And we're just going to run some of that along this skinny edge. And then stick that down there, and then that's obviously the back where you've done that joining there, so we put that in like that, and we're just going to run some fast fuse along the bottom like that. Close that up, and then we're going to pinch where you've made those part score lines. You're just going to pinch that in with your thumb and forefinger so that it meets up nicely along the top there. And then I've got my 1/8 of an inch punch, and I'm just going to punch down. I suppose I've gone down by about 1/2 an inch, like that. And then you do the same on the other side. Go down by about 1/2 an inch and punch. It's quite tough getting through all these layers, but we can make it. Right, so that's the box part made, and now we want to do the decoration. So we're going to get some watercolour paper. This is the shimmer paper, which can be used for watercolouring. I like this shimmer paper for doing that. So then I've prepped up on my block the lovely flower. Well, I'm not quite sure. I haven't made up my mind, because as a gardener and flower arranger, I don't really know what flower that could be. But it's beautiful anyway, so I just do a bit of artist's impression and colour it whichever way I think is correct. So I'm using the Emerald Envy ink pad. This is another new colour that Stampin' Up are bringing out. Very, very pretty green. So I'm going to take my ink pad to my stamp, as it's a larger stamp, just to make sure that I've got that covered all over. That seems fine. And then just press that down like that. And that's beautiful. Now the way I have coloured this, with the green, I've squished my pad to get some ink on there, and then I've filled my watercolour brush with a little bit of water, but not too much, because if you put too much in it to do this, you'll flood it too much, so you don't want too much. But you just put your brush into the ink pad, and you just lightly go over the parts that you think are the leaves. And like I said, it's a bit of artist's impression here, because it's up to you to decide where you think the leaves are and where the flowers are. And I think that these longer ones are meant to be the leaves, for sure. Like this. I seem to have too much water on this. Something I said not to do. Right, so I think that you're getting the idea with this. You just go round and decide which are the leaves. Maybe put 1 or 2 in the middle, just to show the flowers off. Like that. And what I did with the colour, so I'm going to put this Emerald Envy away. I'll just get the box in to show you. What I did, I watercoloured the leaves with the ink pad, but when it came to the flowers, I wanted them to be more vibrant. I wanted them to really stand out. So for that, I got my Stampin' Right markers, and I've chosen the Melon Mambo colour because I think that colour looks pretty with my Marina Mist. And what I've done is I've just gone round with my marker and carefully coloured in the flowers. And it's very easy, it's very therapeutic. You can sit there in the evening just relaxing, colouring all these little flowers. You just have to be careful. I mean, you have got a thin end and a thick end to these markers, so it's up to you if you don't feel very confident to use the thicker end, to just use the thinner instead. So I'll just do a couple more to give you the idea, because I'm sure you don't want to see me sitting here for ages colouring in these flowers. It's a bit like watching paint dry, isn't it, really? You just can't be bothered to do it. So this is the last one. So I think you get the idea there, and you just go around colouring in all those flowers until that's done. And then what I did was I fussy cut just round the outside edge so that I could use that to stick on my box. And so what I've done is I've coloured one in the Melon Mambo and the emerald ink, so you get the idea. And now I want to stick my little jewels on. So my rhinestones, so we'll get some rhinestones and just pop them in the centres where you want them to go, where you think they look good. One more. Like that. And then we're going to put that on our box with some dimensionals, but first of all we're going to complete the box with our ribbon and our sentiment. So we need to get some, so I've got some card here. Let me put that lid back on there. And we need to do our sentiment, which I've completely forgotten about. So I'm going to use the Emerald Envy. No, I'm not. I'm going to use Marina Mist. Marina Mist when I can find it. Marina Mist, and then I'm going to use the Melon Mambo ink pad to do my sentiment in the middle. So taking this from the same set, put that on a block, and I'm going to do that, I think I'm going to do that in the Melon Mambo, this one. Put that down there, looks good. And then the sentiment I'm going to do in the Marina Mist. And you'll have to just excuse me if I get my head in the way. Hope that that's good. Yes, that's good. Right then, put that away. So now we just need to fussy cut this out. Just takes a couple of minutes to cut this out. I think it's quite a nice design for boxes and bags. So that didn't take long, did it? So we need the 1/8 of an inch hole punch again, and we're just going to punch that in the top there. So I've got this beautiful ribbon. It's called satin ribbon, and it really is satin. It's got the most wonderful sheen and the most wonderful feel. So we put our gift in their bag, and then we thread our ribbon through. Just need to push that through a bit. That's it. And then I'll cut some of that off. Somewhere about there, I reckon. Move that out of the way. Just make sure that that's nice and straight at the back before you pull it through, like that, and not all twisted, and then pull that through so that that's about the same length, like that. That looks good to me. And then we're going to tie that off, and we're going to thread our sentiment on it. Just cut that off so that goes through a bit better. Thread the sentiment through there. And then I'm just going to tie that into another knot so that I can tie it into a bow. See if I can tie a pretty bow. And it will take a few seconds to get that to look neat like my other one. That's not too bad, is it? And I can neaten that up before I take the photos, so I think I'm going to probably work with that. So I'll just take these raggedy ends off now, like that, and get rid of those bits. That really isn't too brilliant, but I will neaten that up for the photos and it will look a lot better, trust me. But you will have a lot longer than me to work on the bow. So now we put our beautiful flower that we've done, and what I did was I put some dimensionals in it just to give it a bit of lift. And then you decide which way is up, which way is down. I think I prefer it like that. Instead stick that on the front there. And then to finish it off, what I did was, on my card that I showed, I used some Wink of Stella. So I'm just going to get my Wink of Stella brush, and you just use that and go over your flowers like that until you've covered them all. And that just gives it a lovely glittery look. I really love this Wink of Stella. I think it looks so great. Can you see how that's sparkling? I hope you can. So, I think you get the idea. I'll finish that off soon. And so that's my project today, along with my card that I made to go with the boxes, or the box. And I hope you enjoyed that today. And if I can help you with anything, please drop me a line or email me or phone me. My phone number is on my website. I love to hear from you, and if I can help you with anything, I will. So until the next time, it's bye-bye from me. Bye.